sure we have plenty of time to
So
do
dynamic.
the lecture in case there's any questions. John, can you have a seat, please? Do you have your notes?
Yeah.
And if there's extra time, I'll let you actually work on your homework for the rest of the class, okay? So, as you have noticed, I mean, the last couple classes, so Ethan, actually, we have a rule in my classroom that you actually listen, right? You don't talk, you listen, right? Especially during my lecture, okay? And so just everybody just be quiet, okay, and listen. So, the last couple of classes, we talked about word problems, didn't we? And I mentioned to you guys that word problems in general are people's least favorite thing to do. They get confused by them. And you will actually get really good at them, or at least that's my plan. And I'm going to be giving you bits and bits of tools. John, can you turn around, buddy? I'm going to give you bits and bits of tools, lots of different tools to use. It's like sort of like a carpenter. You have a tool belt, you know, and you pull out your hammer when you need it. You pull out this when you need it, whatever. So it's the same idea, that I'm going to try to be giving you different tools that will be useful for solving these kind of word problems. And the biggest challenge is that that word problems are in English, and math is in math, right? And so we have to get them together. We have to write the English words and turn them into mathematical expressions or equations, right? Probably equations as well. But today, we're only going to be talking about expressions, meaning what? What is the difference between an equation and an expression? John, what's the difference between an equation and an expression?
An equation has an equal sign.
Exactly, right? An expression doesn't. Right now, we're just going to be focusing on the expressions, part of a word problem. Does that make sense? And so first of all, there's some things that everybody knows, I think, but just in case they don't, let's talk about them. There's 4 words that are really common that often tell you what to do. Do you know what they are, Jackson?
I know one,
Okay.
and it is.
Okay, all right, and that is a good one, except that is, yes, that would mean what?
Equal.
Equals. Okay, so let's write these things down. So we know that is means equals, right? Okay, somebody else. Okay, Skylar.
Means multiply.
Of. The word of, that means multiply, right? Maybe I should say multiply. Just because in algebra an x can, you know, x can be a variable, right? So I'll just say multiply. Of means multiply.
You could put parentheses, Gary.
What?
You could put parentheses.
Okay, let me just
You can put a
multiply.
dot.
Okay, another one. Anybody else? So yes, Dee Dee.
Some
Some means at. Okay, another one. Zane.
what is X?
Okay, what? Well, yeah, I mean, what just tells you that there's going to be a question, right? Which means you're right. What? Yeah. Okay. I like that actually. So what? Like it says, what is? That would be X. Yeah, that's good. I haven't really thought of that.
X equals.
That's good. Okay. So meaning a variable, right? That's X meaning a variable. A variable.
Well, if you say like what is variable, actually that's true.
Yeah. So, you know, what number is 2 times 10? Well, X equals 2 times 10, X equals 20. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, another idea, another suggestion. Anybody else? Yes, Amanda.
No, and then.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, how about this? How about, instead of the sum of, what if I said the difference?
Yeah, that means divided.
What does difference mean?
Subtract.
Subtract.
Yes.
It means subtract.
Difference.
Okay? All right, what if I said this? The product.
Multiply.
It means multiply.
We already did multiply.
Well,
So
of
there's like
also-
synonyms.
If you see the word of, this is for the word is, word of, but and product means that you have to multiply the numbers that they're asking for. I'll give you some examples in just a second. What about the quotient? Yes. Somebody raise, yes, say.
Divide.
That means divide, right? It's the result of dividing. Product is the result of multiplying. Dividing. Okay? Some difference product quotient is, that's good. All right, so let's work on some examples. Let's say the sum, so example one, the sum of x and 10. How would I write that? John?
Would be x with x
Yeah?
plus x plus what if we like multiply 10?
The sum means you add, so the sum of, that means x plus 10.
Okay.
Well, what-
And also
Yeah, and plus.
yeah.
Say what?
And is also plus.
No, because you can
you
do
could
like
It can be, it can be.
quotient of
And
x
is a,
and 10.
and is a
Right.
dot.
I know, but
It
it
really
can also,
depends on the context.
but it can also just be what is x and 10. X and 10 equals 36.
Correct.
And
So
then it would be
sometimes and also means plus, but it doesn't always. So that's why, so for example, we've got this one. Let's try this one. The difference of x and 12. Yes, they, x minus 12.
Wait,
Right?
then this up also sometimes only be multiplied? These
I'm
up-
sorry, what?
Then wouldn't up also only sometimes be multiplied?
Yes, but it's a good question. Sometimes of is, does not,
Unless it has like other words like difference or sum.
yeah, like,
quotient.
30% of 100. Then it's 30% times 100, right? Or, 2/5 of the pie. 2/5 of one whole pie is 2/5. 2/5. 2/5 times 1 is 2/5, right? See what I mean? So the difference of x and 12. So now notice something. Could I have also done this, 12 minus x?
Yeah. No.
No.
How do I know?
Because it's
Yes.
subtraction.
What?
To put that in the order that it tells you to.
You have to put it in the order that it says. It says the sum of x and 10, I put x first. X is the first one, and then I do the plus because sum means plus, and then I do the next number left, right? The difference of x and 12. X comes first, difference means subtract, last number is 12, right? So it can't be 12 minus x. Okay, what about this one? The product of a number and 2. What would that be? Let's see.
It would be x times 2.
X times 2. Right. Now in algebra, technically, this is what it says. What Amaya said is what it says. But in algebra, we tend to put the coefficient, that's the number in front of a variable, we tend to put that in front of the variable.
But it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. What you said is correct. That was the correct answer. But what I'm saying is that with algebra, I actually suggest that you go one step further, and actually that's x times 2 is the same as 2x. And that's the way you're more likely to see it. Is that, you see what I'm saying? Make sense? All right? But product, normally you would put the x first, a number, and 2, right? Okay, 3, 4, how about this? The quotient,
So is the homework translating or doing?
it's translating,
Just translating?
translating, yeah. The quotient of a number and 10. So,
X
let's see.
divided by 10. No, 10 divided by X. I'm smart. See, Gary?
So which one is it? He just said 2.
10
So he said either x divided by 10, meaning like that,
No, 10 divided by X.
or 10 divided by x. And which one is it?
X divided by 10.
10 divided by X.
X comes first.
What? So a number is your x, right? That's your x. And then you've got 10. X is the first thing that shows up. When you write a fraction, very seldom do you write a fraction like this. Right?
Yeah.
You almost always start up above, right? And work your way down. And so that's how you do it with this. The quotient of a number, the number gets written first. Quotient means divide, and it's over 10. So this is the right answer. Okay? Now, some people may have written it like this. X divided by 10.
Yeah.
But those are the same thing.
So you can write either
Right?
one?
You can write either one. In algebra, it's often very useful to put them into a fraction form. But
Be smart.
doesn't matter. It's the same problem. Okay, so
Go, be go.
is that clock stopped?
My clock says 9:57.
That clock is not moving, is it?
Okay, the little thing, it's like
Okay,
moving,
all right,
but it's not.
great.
It
Well,
goes where the
I keep looking up there thinking, wow,
I
I'm
have
just
my
going so.
It's 9:58.
Okay, well, we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so we gotta talk about a few more things. Okay, does that make sense though so far? Fist to 5. Fist to 5.
5.
Okay, good. Awesome. So I'm going to get rid of this stuff. What if I gave you, let me just quickly look at my homework, where did I put it? What if I gave you, okay. What if I gave you something like this? 3 times a number. What would that be? 8.
Times X.
Yes, because a number is x, right? So it's 3 times x, or you could do it 3 times x, or you could do it just 3x. Because in algebra, you don't need, when you're multiplying, you don't need to put that dot, right? Good. What if I said this? 4 more than
Dimes.
a number.
Oh.
And this is a tricky one. This is, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a tricky one. Okay? Skylar.
X plus 4. What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Skylar's saying x plus 4. Did anybody else have a different answer? I'm just curious. Zane.
X minus 4.
X.
No, that's not it. Never mind.
Okay. Never mind. Okay. Anybody have a different answer? I'm just curious. Yes, Manu?
Put 4, and then the weird like om-nom thing, the arrow. And then you put X.
The
Om-nom thing, the alligator.
The accolade
The
arrow.
alligator.
Greater than.
Oh. 4 more than x.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
om-nom thing. I like
The
that
om-nom.
term.
Yep.
All right. So
Because 4 more than a number.
this is actually correct. This is actually the correct answer. Now, think about it. This is actually, it says 4 more than a number. Well, if a number is x, right?
4 more than X is 4 plus X.
Now the question is, yes, now the question is, so we know it's not this one, but could it be this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So guys, so Ethan and you guys,
That'd be a
Aiden,
number
I need you to
plus
focus.
4 more or what?
This is one of the parts where people are gonna get lost. And this is what you're gonna see so much in word problems. Whenever you see the word then, right? 4 more than, is that plus 4? Is it 4 plus or is it plus 4?
Plus 4.
It's plus 4. It's more than what? Did you guys know? I gotta tell you a secret.
Wait, Gary.
Did you? Wait, I gotta tell you a secret. Just wait 1 second.
Wait, Gary.
Yes.
Okay, but you can write it both ways because there's a rule that's like you can write, you can flip it with multiplication.
There is a rule. What's that rule called? We haven't gone over the properties yet. It's called the commutative property of algebra. We're gonna talk about that maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna please. So, whenever you guys see, you have to listen to this. I'm serious. This is the most important part of the lecture. When it says more than, less than, greater than, higher than, lower than, right? The thing that it is then goes to the right, right? In other words, 4 more than, that means not 4 plus, it means plus 4. Plus more than, did you know, you guys, for example, look at Bella. Did you guys know that she is 6 more than?
No.
Does that make sense?
No.
He is more than
Wait, that doesn't make sense. She's not 6 more than.
He's more than
More than-
six.
She's 6 more than me.
What?
No, you gotta have what? She's more than what? You have to know what the what is first. Which came first, the 6 more than or the thing that she is?
I am
He
6
is.
more.
The thing that she is came first. Does it make sense? When it says 4 more than a number, which one was here first? The number was here first. A number is the thing. You can't say you can get rid of 4 more than and you can have a number, but you can't get rid of a number and have 4 more than and have it make sense. Does that make sense?
So what is Bella? 6 more?
So, well, I don't know, but 6 more than 10, right? So then she's 16, right? So if it says, so if it says 6, okay, we'll say, if it's 11 more than
It's plus 11.
x, I'm gonna write the plus 11 to the right, and I'm gonna, more than what? The thing that was here, the thing that was here first, Bella, the thing that was here first is the x, that goes here. Now the reason why this is important, you do not write 11 plus x, you write x plus 11. The reason this is important is, if I gave you this problem, 8 less than a number, right? Now, if you did 4 plus x, then you could say this, 8 minus x, but that would be wrong. This is wrong. It is not 8 minus x. It is, it's 8 less than the thing that was there first, the number. So you gotta write the number first, and then less
Then
8.
is
So the X always comes first, unless it's 8 more than.
Doesn't always, but in most cases, yes. In most cases, yes. Now, what if I gave you this? I'm going to erase all this down. We're running out of time here. What if I gave you this? 4 less than 10 times a number. Okay, which was here first? The 4 less than or the 10 times a number?
The 10 times the number.
This was here first, so I'm going to write that first. How do I write it, Zane?
Write it 4
Wait, well, how do I write 10 times the number
Write
first?
10x times x. Or just 10x.
10x.
And x.
And then what?
Minus 4.
Then 10
Minus 4. Exactly.
Yay!
Exactly. Okay? So that's basically it. Homework tonight. Homework tonight is, the front page is practicing these things that we were just doing. On the back page, can you guys listen for a second? Shh. Everybody stop. Freeze. Freeze.
The
Freeze.
first.
The back page are things like this. It says, a horse costs $900 more than the saddle. Write an expression for the saddle and one for the horse.
Does the saddle cost like $0?
So saddle, guys, nobody's leaving this room until I'm done. I'm not done. Everybody sit down again. Sorry, but I'm sorry. The reason we can't let you go because you guys are talking. So have a seat, Ethan. Have a seat. Okay, a horse costs $900 more than the saddle. Write an expression for the saddle and one for the horse. The saddle would be maybe S, right? If a horse costs $900 more than the saddle would be S. The horse would be S plus 900. Does that make sense?
No.
See that?
Makes lots of sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're going to actually give me variables for. You're going to have an expression for each of the things in the on the homework on this page. I think it'll make sense once you see it. So just do your best, and we'll go over it tomorrow.